In a world where paper is power and digits define destiny, two forces rise to challenge the empire of fiat: gold, the eternal king; Bitcoin, the digital god. But this is no ordinary battle. This is the currency war that stretches from the deserts of Egypt to the code of Satoshi, and it's happening right now in the forex markets. Written to ignite curiosity, grab attention, and shake the heavens. It's intense, mysterious, and made to go viral among traders and truth seekers. Then came the crack in the matrix. 2008, the world collapsed into financial ruin. Out of that chaos, a name appeared: Satoshi Nakamoto. Bitcoin was born, a rebellion written in code, decentralized, unstoppable, where gold needed vaults. Bitcoin needed no borders, where banks printed Bitcoin halved, and traders, they watched it rise from $0.1 to $69,000, a digital firestorm that burned the rulebooks of finance. This version is not a bedtime story, it's a financial prophecy, forged in the fire of truth, dipped in blood and code, and aimed straight at the soul of every trader, elite, and watcher in the heavens. Bitcoin is not a coin, it's a breakout. Born in the ashes of 2008, it was the first money they couldn't forge, freeze, or fake. Satoshi didn't just write code, he wrote rebellion. Proof of work was proof of war against the centralized gods of debt. It doesn't care about your feelings, your fears, or your charts. It runs 24/7, like the truth. And those who saw it early weren't just lucky, they were awake.
The secret war behind the scenes.
You think this is just trading? You think this is just charts and candlesticks? No, this is a war for energy. Governments know, banks know, that's why they hoard gold and fear Bitcoin. Why do you think they're rushing to create CBDCs? Why do they regulate crypto but hoard gold like treasure? Because the truth is, currency isn't about money, it's about control. And the ones who break that system, they don't just make profits, they rewrite history.
Welcome to Forex, the $7 trillion a day arena of manipulation. Currencies rise not by value, but by control. The dollar is backed by war and silence. The yen by illusion. The euro? Barely breathing, but here's what they won't tell you. Every time a central bank opens its mouth, a trader dies blindfolded, unless you see the real game. Gold moves when fear screams. Bitcoin moves when truth leaks. The rest, just noise, just sheep.
Trading with fire, how the gods play the game.
Every time you click that buy or sell, you are stepping into a war where even the gods place their bets. They don't care about your emotions. They read volume, fear, and greed like ancient scripts. Gold traders, they move with central banks. Bitcoin traders, they move with global whispers on the blockchain. But the smart ones, they move before the world reacts.
The invisible war, gold versus Bitcoin versus the world.
This is no longer about charts. This is about power transfer. Gold is old money, the elite's fortress. Bitcoin is new money, the people's bullet. But the battlefield? The forex market, where these two titans clash, and you are either a sniper with precision or a casualty staring at red candles wondering what happened. This is chess in 12 dimensions, every pip a prophecy.
How to survive the final shakeout.
This war won't be easy. There will be fake breakouts, bull traps, and market chaos. Gold may be manipulated, Bitcoin may be attacked, but what cannot be stopped is the shift, the seismic shift away from controlled money to sovereign value. Gold, timeless; Bitcoin, borderless. Forex is your battlefield, but your weapon is truth. And those who master both will own the future. Why most traders stay poor forever. They follow RSI, they draw lines, they pray to Fibonacci like it's a god, but they forget one rule. Value is not in price, it's in perception. Gold is heavy, it moves slow, but it crushes lies. Bitcoin is light. It flies fast, but it explodes like divine judgment. You want to win? Stop watching candles. Start watching power. Power is what moves markets, and power is shifting.
The ancient king gold.
For 5,000 years, gold ruled empires rose and fell, but gold remained the silent witness. It outlived kings. It outlasted wars. It was Pharaoh's pride, Caesar's treasure, the standard behind every powerful nation. Even today, in the shadows of central banks, gold sits quietly in vaults, anchoring trillions in silence. But gold doesn't shout, it waits, it watches, And when fear returns, gold rises like a phoenix from the ashes of broken economies.
Listen carefully, because this isn't just a market update, but this is your final warning. Gold, Bitcoin, they are not assets. They are weapons. And if you don't understand that, you're already a casualty in the quietest war ever waged. The war for your time, value, and soul.
Gold doesn't change. It doesn't lie. It doesn't beg. It remembers. When emperors rise, it shines. When empires fall, it survives. The Rothschilds hoard it. The Vatican cloaks it. Every central bank builds its kingdom on what they can't print. Gold. Because gold is not a commodity. It's the heartbeat of power. Every trader who ignores it is just rearranging deck chairs on a sinking fiat ship.
The heavenly challenge.
If heaven had a ledger, it would show the rise and fall of civilizations based on how they treated their money. Gold was heaven's metal. Bitcoin, perhaps, it's the code of destiny. And if angels ever trade, they'd be long on truth and short on lies. So ask yourself, are you trading to survive or to ascend? Who told you fiat was real? Who told you inflation was normal? Who convinced you the markets are free? Because they're not. They're scripted by central banks, by cartels, by shadows. And they fear only two things. Gold, because it's truth you can't delete. Bitcoin, because it's freedom you can't freeze. And traders who understand both, they are the new rulers of the old world. The call of the market gods. Somewhere right now, a trader is selling his soul for 30 pips. Another is buying gold when the sky bleeds. Another is long Bitcoin as the system cracks. These are not just trades, these are acts of defiance, acts of divine rebellion. Because in this game, you either evolve or you evaporate. So now I ask you, are you a trader or a puppet? Are you building wealth or feeding the beast? This is not financial advice. This is financial war. Gold is your shield. Bitcoin is your sword. Forex is the arena. Your mind is the weapon. And the time is now. Trade fiercely and never forget, you're not just trading currencies. You're trading futures. You're trading fate. Welcome to the final currency war.